and we all obviously go next week to George and all over again. What a start to this first HSBC-sponsored Sevens World Series. But Dubai, it always turns up trumps. You can't get bored in international sevens like this. And here now, the big battle up front, which are usually won in many occasions by Samoa. It's been their strength. Their strength is their strength in a sense, Keith.
Well, it is. They're more square, built square and solid. And just a few guys eyeballing each other there at the bottom of that skirmish there for the ball. And Samaika Makaele coming away pretty slow. Don't worry about him. He's one of the toughest regular players on the tour. A very tough and beautiful guy. Look at this man. There's not a line in his face. He's under enormous pressure. Been playing this game at the top level for many years, and now here is the halfway line, and the same man has got the ball. Referee said he was in advance of the offside line, which he could see right along the halfway stripe there.
Oliver Lindsay-Haig is ushered to pass it on by Issou N'Damu, who goes on the loop around Cracknell. Damu, oh, he's terrific for finding a gap. Remember the wonderful winning try in 2009, Issou N'Damu.
Oh, the one in Wellington. The one in Wellington.
And that one too. Absolutely unforgettable. But that time the big tackle came in and he was stopped in his tracks. And it's really on a knife edge.
There's great commitment coming in here in defence, well, from both sides. But when Damu got through, and for a second you took a breath, as could he go past the last man and go under? But three Samoan players crunched him down. Remember, Samoa are in the lead here, 14-12. England are playing all the sort of constructive, or the more constructive rugby, shall we say. Samoa are driving hard, playing to their strength. And the guys out wide, they look like they're not ready to run, because perhaps they know they're not going to get it much.
One of the things, of course, the man putting it in is the new man who follows in the footsteps of Uali Mai, and that's young Taulangi Afa-Masanga. What a performance he's given on his debut appearance for Samoa in the World Series Sevens. Here they come wide, pressure on Alafoti Fa'usaliva, but he's quite happy to take two men out as long as he can retain possession, which he may well have done here. I think he has, through the legs of Mikaele, wide from Pessamino, who's not playing that wide-out role that we used to see so often last season. He's using the big bulldozers of the forwards to set up perhaps an opening chance. 14-12 with 7 minutes to play. That's the whole normal half. And here, big men make breaks too. This man is outstanding. 24-year-old Alafoti Fa'usaliva, chased all the way by Issou N'Damu. He'll not catch him. They respect each other, but the edge with the big forward. The man from Afenga has scored a crucial try here. Alafoti Fa'usaliva. He'll be hailed back home if it's to be a winning appearance for Samoa again.
Well, look at this. Look at the wonderful chase here. Damu giving it everything, and then that swerve away from the posts, and then bringing it around behind the posts. Fa'usaliva very aware that they need the points from the kicks as well as the tries. But all the Samoan tries are scored by these big men. 5 by 5 they are in their build, and the kick is coming from Fa'atoa Ato. And this is going to inch the Samoans further ahead. But the way this game is being played at the moment, it's not a winning lead yet. It does mean, though, that England have to score twice to get the lead. Samoa, 3 tries through their big forwards. All the outside breaks are coming from England. But we have to say, Nigel, England haven't been the attacking force in the last 5 or 6 minutes of this play.
Well, England, I think, are a side who are best coming from behind. We've seen it frequently enough. It's happened here, it happened against Fiji, but now they've got a big one, and that's a real chance of free possession. The ball didn't go the 10 metres, goes out, and that's a free kick to England back on the halfway. Just calling back on Fa'usaliva there, we were disappointed. We were both in Delhi at the Commonwealth Games, and I think we saw there the significance of the absence of Fa'usaliva from their Commonwealth Games squad.
Absolutely. Here's a free hit, really, for England to start from a free kick at halfway. Barden is on the field for England, replacing Chris Cracknell. Well, where's the attacking chances coming for England? Here's Norton. He's one of the fastest guys in the tournament, and he's looking for space to try to get through. He's pushed off Pessamino, and he's trying his very darndest to get through. but there's no way through. The Samoans are swarming in defence, deeply committed. And is it coming for England? They've got a good line out from this pass. They've got 2 more men out to the right, not 3. And Damu was 1. And out wide to Caprice.
Just a quick thought. The discipline of both these teams, with so much tension here in a cup final. It's been throughout the tournament. The players are becoming so increasingly disciplined. The referees have certainly handled things superbly, I think, in this tournament. And Stuart Berry, outstanding. And here he is in charge of this one, as James Rodwell goes. Flipped back by the Royal Marine, Greg Barden. It was too hard. It was one of those unlucky moments, but just a little error that puts Samoa back into possession. And critical moments, we often talk about that, but it's so hard to win a ball that to give it away like that with a little error, as Simon Hunt comes on to try and bolster England's effort, and a very expended Issou N'Damu takes a well-earned rest, but he'll be as anxious as his fellow players, because England remain 9 points adrift with 4 minutes to play.
And coming onto the field for Samoa's Apalu Fa'aionga. Samaika Makaele, he's hardly ever subbed out of the game. There he is. Fa'aionga going into the front row. Look at this. One goes off, another one comes on, but they still got big furniture up front. The Samoan team, my word. And they're in the lead here by a telling lead now. England, remember, have to score twice to get the lead. They're giving it plenty in the tough stuff. And it's coming on the England side. Freed now. Can they free it to the guys out wide? The double Dan's out wide. Here's one of them, Caprice. Yes, he's in the clear. Now, England. Barton toes it on. Beautifully picked up by Simon Hunt, who's into the game, and this guy can play, and he's there.
Well, I was about to say, why didn't he keep going, Caprice? Because I think he might have outgunned the man just in the straight foot race. But he checked, and England kept their cool. And this man is just fresh onto the field. Look how strong he is. This is his strength. 14 and nearly 15 stones, 6 feet 2, powerful man who came out of the Birmingham and Solihull club. And look, he has to battle here with Pessamino all the way to the line. And then he knows where the line is, and he can, in one movement, take it over. You can't stop and do it again. It has to be, well, you can stop and make a lean that goes in whatever direction you choose. And that one, though, he was still in movement. And look at him, he's saying, come on, we're still there. 21-17. And Gollings has hit the upright. So it's a 4-point deficit, but it's 1 try. It really makes little difference at this point.
Now,
1 try between them. 2 minutes, 50 seconds remain of this epic final. The first meeting of Samoa and England in any cup final in 11 seasons and 1 tournament.
And the other speedster who's been on the bench waiting comes in as fresh legs. That's Matt Turner. So the final is teetering on a knife edge at the moment. England are in touch. Who gets the kickoff? Samoa does. So that's a plus for them from the break, and it's for Atono Otto bursting to halfway, shaking off the defenders. There's no one in front of him, but they come from behind.
Persistent work, wasn't it, by Dan Norton to tackle from behind and force the Samoans to try and regroup here. The ball going forward, and well, it's on edge the whole time. 21-17 it is, and Samoa trying to carry on cup titles, and Paul Chantung, and no, Paul Perez, in fact, is the man to come on.
Well, this is a critical change because he's played well in this tournament, Perez. He's been off the bench. There he goes into the game. This is the guy that was formerly playing in New Zealand for a number of seasons, and a very good player indeed. Has some controversial issues in his life he's had to deal with, but my word, he's a key guy for Samoa for these last vital minutes, because he's a powerhouse player as well.
2 minutes to play, 4 points the difference. 38 points scored altogether. It's been another epic final to live with the semis as well. And what's the decision here? Crucial time, because it's an England penalty. An England penalty back on their own 22. And Oliver Lindsay-Haig looking terribly confident, this youngster of just 20. Now Gollings, he's quick too, but the tackles are big, very big, but there's still players out wide. And this is Dan Norton coming across and running all the way. Is it going to be a try for England? All the way it is. And the try for Dan Norton could be the one that clinches it. One supporters say that, who knows? It was a brilliant breakout, and England yet again have the courage and the coolness to come from behind and take the lead, 22-21. This was it.
Maybe Pessamino last year would have caught him. It doesn't matter because this is the now, and the two men out wide have played a beautiful role for England. And look at that shot there. Again, you've got to say, not a line in his face as Dan Norton goes in, and England have hit the lead by 24-21.
I tell you what, Keith, what a time to score your first try in a tournament. He's created a few, but it's 24-21, and we are down to the last half minute.
And here's a critical moment now, because Samoa will receive the ball from the Gollings kick. Now, he's probably the best kicker-offerer in the tournament of recent times. He's kicked it deep, and England have got it. So that might be just a clinching moment there. The game teetering on the knife edge. Here they go again. Can they nail it with another try? They move it wide. It's their strength coming in. There's Matt Turner. Well played, England. Brilliant late try for the man off the bench. And they celebrate, deservedly so.
What a finale to just ram it home. England, well, they won nothing last season. They didn't make a final last season, but they have now come back with this grand finale, and this guy has been a wonderful man off the bench. He started well earlier on, but what a finish for England here. And he kept his composure, stretched out, and Matt Turner has sealed a famous victory, 29 points to 21, and the final whistle blows. England are back on the title-winning trail. Their last one was in London 2009. No glory of that measure last season, but here in the opening of this fantastic tournament, under the captaincy of the evergreen Ben Gollings, England have won a famous victory here, their third here in Dubai, and Samoa will have to come here and fight another day to win a title in the United Arab Emirates for the first time.
Do you remember, Nigel, way back in 1999, Ben Gollings was here in the England team when the IR